Mary emailed her team and said, basically, my body needs some intervention.
I guess the only option is to come into the hospital and, like, start IVs. Don't you think we're better together? Oh, I think we are.
Good morning, guys. It is a rainy day, and it kind of feels like that. I think we're just feeling exhausted from yesterday at the hospital, following Easter weekend, and I'm recovering rest-wise, and Mary's not feeling great, just the effects of kind of the toll and the course that a cold takes on a CF body. So I'm working on getting some store stuff done, getting some of the new pop sockets in the mail to you guys, and if you haven't seen, we've got Frey Life, I don't have my phone, Frey Life pop sockets now available on our online store, along with all our regular stuff, t-shirts, sweatshirts, Mary's artwork, and but welcome to our day, guys. I'm gonna have a cup of coffee and let's get this day started. You know what else is part of the aftermath of Easter week and us being sick last week and all of that is there are a lot of dishes to do. So that is on my checklist of things to do today. And also, did you guys hear our sugar bowl got demoted? I don't know where our old one is. We had this pink sugar bowl that we had, but we just put so much sugar in our coffee that we had to get a bigger one. So I'm just gonna dump this in my car. Another thing on my agenda today is to put the sermon from Easter Sunday up on my channel, which is youtube.com/PeterFreyLife. And if you saw the video, I guess it was the video we posted on Easter, you saw I was getting a Jenga set ready as a illustration in that sermon. So that sermon will be up on my channel if you want to check it out and see what that Jenga thing was all about. And I'm still, my mind is boggled by the fact that everywhere was sold out of Jenga. I did not know that Jenga was so popular. But you learn something new every day. Another thing on the agenda this week is that lovely thing called taxes. I need to go through a lot of paperwork and file our taxes for this past year. So I've had it in my mind, I have to get through Easter and then I'll do taxes. I know it seems like it's kind of last minute to do them, but I've just, especially after we decided to go on that trip and then getting sick afterward, I was like, after Easter, I will get this stuff done. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. Okay, I just printed those shipping labels, took packages to the post office, stopped at the grocery store, got some food because we don't have much around here, and Mary is really having a rough day. Her body is, should I say, freaking out a little bit. She's got, her fever is back and temperature's pretty high, and her body's feeling pretty crummy, huh?
Not great. I just can't figure out, like,
what to do.
Yeah, I don't know.
We emailed her team, or Mary emailed her team and said, basically, my body needs some intervention.
Yeah. Which I was just hoping that it was gonna, like get better,
Settle down a
or
bit.
settle down, or be
Yeah.
able to wait till Friday so we could have a good long discussion with my team about it. But at this point, I'm just like wondering if I need to go to the ER or like. But then I'm like, I literally don't even know what IVs, which ones, are gonna be okay. So I'll wait to hear back from my team, unless, I don't know. Like, at this point, my fever's fine. Like, it's not dangerous.
Yeah.
But I just took some ibuprofen, and we'll see what happens. But, oh my gosh, like, literally, I've never coughed up so much nasty lung junk.
So much.
And my stomach is messed up. Not like the flu or something, just like CF. My pancreas is not doing its job, and
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I think your whole body's just fighting sickness.
I feel like when I woke up this morning, I was like, well, I was coughing a lot, but that's to be expected. And I was like, okay, well. But then as the, like, morning went on, and then the afternoon, I was like, wow, this is not feeling great. And then as the afternoon has gone on, the fever has come, and just like, really?
So I got her some Rocket Pops at her request.
Delish.
And she's got a good little buddy here. And I'm gonna go make some dinner for myself.
What are you in the mood for?
Well, I got some... We haven't made this in a long, long time.
What?
Thinly sliced steak for cheesesteak sandwiches.
Did they have it?
Yeah.
Nice.
So, I'm gonna have that.
Good.
Alright, I'm making shaved steak and cheese sandwich. So right now I'm doing some onions and jalapenos in the pan, and then I'll add the meat and put cheese. And I got these steak rolls. So that'll be delicious. But it was kind of hard to grocery shop because I know Mary's not feeling well. I'm thinking hospital might be coming soon, so I didn't want to get too much food, but I got stuff that if we end up going to the hospital, and throw in the freezer. So gotta do what you gotta do, and I'm gonna make some dinner. Sizzle sizzle, fry fry. Back when Mary and I were first married, we lived up on the North Shore of Boston, and we lived right down the street from this meat market that we just loved. We would get the shaved steak there, and I remember this as like distinct in like those first few months of marriage. We would have, this would be like one of our meals that we would make, was steak and cheese sandwiches, which are delicious. So I need to throw some cheese on there and get this in my belly. Alright, that was a huge success. Not only was it delicious, but I went up and sat in the bed with Mary while I ate, and it looked so good to her that she's gonna try to eat one. Well, I'd call that a success. I delivered it to Mary, and she said, you should work at a fast food place. So I'll take that as a compliment, and I'm pretty excited that she's able to eat it. Mary got a call from her doctor, and they talked through what's going on.
Yeah, so basically, he just talked through, like, I don't know, my options.
And what's been going on the last few days and all of that.
Yeah, or even like the last couple of weeks. You know, I told him how I had started with low-grade temps, just like normal CF stuff, and then on Friday how I had that fever, and then I felt okay on Saturday. Sunday I felt pretty well, and then yesterday I was at the hospital, and you know, with my stability and my lung function, whatever, like we just talked through it all. But then today has been not good, and it's just obvious symptomatically that I needed help, and he agreed, and like, I guess I just wasn't, I don't know if the word is ready, but whatever. I guess the only option is to come into the hospital and like start IVs. And I mean, the biggest part of our conversation right now is how do we choose medications that are gonna help my lungs and the bacteria, but not hinder my blood counts too much, or choose the drugs that I need to be on and then handle the side effects like the blood count issue. And so I guess it just feels like a lot of details, and
it's it feels so complicated,
yeah.
And there's no easy like, we'll start this treatment. It's just like,
yeah.
as soon as you start down one road, you start thinking about the consequences of that road and all the details involved. So it feels very overwhelming. And
like,
so,
you know, I've got notes and notes on my phone of ideas and thoughts and things that we were going to talk through. And questions that I had and all of that. And like, you know, in my mind, we were like going to sit down and talk about all of these things and come up with like this plan of action. And so having to like have that conversation on the phone while I'm not feeling good and just like, it just felt like a lot of details to think through and try to communicate. And so we're going to talk more about it. He's going to see if they're like when I can be admitted tomorrow, and I guess we'll meet with lots of different teams. I know he said he was going to talk to the allergy team about a different antibiotic idea, and now that I'm growing MRSA in my lungs as of
last summer?
Yeah, the summer, we've got that on the table as well to treat on top of the Pseudomonas and the other bugs that I grow. So just trying to make creative decisions and feeling overwhelmed by it.
Yeah, because when Mary's not feeling well, it's like the last thing she needs to like be trying to figure out all these things. And so it was hard. Like there were quite a few tears after that phone conversation just because she felt so overwhelmed, and she was feeling like, I don't know if I communicated well with my doctor and just all those things, just because like it makes sense, like you're not feeling well, and so talking about these things is hard.
And like it definitely, whatever that cold was that I had, we heard back it was not the flu. The test, the strep, or what is it? Swab was negative. So it's just a cold that turned bad for my body, and this is exactly why I have to be so careful about germs. Ultimately, we're in a different spot now than we were last year this time. Like, this year, I have the gift of stable lung function. And, like, no, I'm not feeling that stability right now because my body's fighting something really hard. But it really is a gift to have stable lung function.
But we're going to try to attack this right now so it doesn't take a hit on our lung function. And
and then just hopefully we can get some of these symptoms back to my baseline, because at this point we're very far from symptomatic baseline. So that's where we're at.
Yeah, so Mary's gonna type up an email to just follow up on their conversation with her doctor and just make sure we're on the same page and clear. And
and like I want to make sure I say, like, I do feel like the cold symptoms are gone. Like, I'm not sneezing, I'm not my throat's not sore, this, like, the cold is gone. So I'm definitely working with like what it has done to my CF body, and then, you know, we'll hear back from him tomorrow about hospital timing, his thoughts, game plan, all of those things from his side of the thing.
Yeah.
So
a lot of.
But I need to like.
It's a lot.
I need to call my family and tell them, and
one thing at a time. And the first thing we're gonna do is say, as always, we will see you tomorrow. Good
Probably
night.
in the hospital. Good night.
We'll bring you along.
But I was thinking, like, yep, I guess we're gonna be in the hospital, but that doesn't mean we can't be together. We're just gonna keep living our life. I don't want to go.
Let's say goodnight to the peeps. Good night, guys.